What's going on, guys? It's the Internet Podcast back with another banger. This week, it's just me, Brody2WD, and, my boy Sism.
It's actually just Brody.
Yeah, it's actually just me. I'm talking to myself. This is an illusion. I need to take the red pill. I took the blue pill for too long. Anyways, with that being said, we're playing Party Animals today, and it looks like he's somehow managed to already knock himself out. Gator Valley, boy. Anyways, so the first things first, I have some important stuff to talk about. Game of the Year on Steam was officially released, which means there's some cool games that we got to see get voted. My personal favorite was definitely Lethal Company. If y'all know, the first ever internet podcast was released on Lethal Company. So we're big Lethal Company fans around here. And I really like to see that game get the flowers it deserves, And I honestly just think that game deserves everything, all the success that's coming to it. I love to see indie games succeed. And I just wanted to say shout out Lethal Company. There's also somehow Starfield got most innovative game. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what happened there. People must have just had too much to drink for New Year's. But yeah, that was the cool thing I wanted to talk about. Back to cool. Also, other cool thing. What'd you say?
It is really cool because nowadays you see a lot more indie games succeeding and stuff like that. Like you didn't used to. It was always the main games that back when I was a kid. You didn't see indie games popping off like that.
Yeah, I think. I think.
A new wave of stuff where they pop off. Low-key.
I think AAA games. Oh, sorry, you.
No, you're good.
I think AAA games we just nobody ever trusts them anymore. I think is what happened. So we all just we all collectively decided, hey, yo, we should just not worry about AAA games anymore and just start playing indie games, and everybody did this, and so they've just been succeeding like crazy, and I think it's deserved though, because a lot of indie game developers, I would believe, are better than the non-indie game developers because they care more about their craft. It's like when you're imagine you were in college football versus NFL football. You have more to prove, so you're gonna play better. That's why there's a lot of people specifically in college versus NBA or NFL. You really see a lot more skill in the in close, intense games in college. But yeah.
That's true. People be talking about college sports a lot more. I feel nowadays. That's why, because no one takes it seriously because it's not really I don't know. It's not as entertaining. Because bro, and when you watch a college sports team or something, they're fighting, bro. They're fighting to get to the to play their best to prove themselves.
Yeah.
Once you're once someone's already in the NBA, bro, the hell LeBron James got to prove, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got to prove a lot because on his birthday he fumbled a 3-pointer.
That's true. Now he's got to prove a lot.
And then argued with the refs about it.
It's interesting though, cause different angles got different things from it.
Yeah, for sure. On his birthday too, but.
Being on his birthday is crazy, and people, but the official call is that he did not make it, but there's a lot of people discussing and arguing about whether he made it.
Yeah, I guess I kind of went into this without any background knowledge. Basically, the Lakers were playing against the Grizzlies, and it was 104-107. LeBron pulls a last 5 seconds 3-pointer just on outside the line, and his toe touches the line, and they call it a 2, which is heartbreaking because that would have sent them into overtime. And yeah, so that's it. It's definitely a big deal for him that he lost that there, and it's really unfortunate because it was on his birthday like that. But ultimately, like we said, it matters not because he's not in college. He's making millions of dollars. And so he should be happy. That's his birthday present. His birthday present is that he gets to play a literal game and be rich.
Birthday present that's not appreciated by many enough in that state. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
Ooh. Well, what was it?
I'm not sure. Anyways, guys, in non sports related things, and more nerdy related things, Best Buy got rid of their video games. They don't sell physical video games anymore. That's literally so. What? That's literally so absurd, man. Gone are the days where you can pull up to Best Buy and just like buy a video game, buy a movie. Your grandma's movie collection gonna be lacking because you know they're not gonna use the internet.
I
Um,
think, yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Literally.
I feel like everybody's grandma has a DVD collection. Maybe I'm wrong.
And show them streaming, they just don't get it.
Yeah, my grandma does not have a streaming. They use cable to watch sports, and then that's about it.
If we bought my grandma Netflix and then like showed her how to do it nonstop, she never gets it. Every time I go over, we show her. So exactly, the point is,
We love grandparents. We love grandparents.
exactly. So the point is, um,
Yes.
like I wonder if this will affect their sales. I mean, I don't think they would have chose the decision if it was selling well. You know, I don't think they would have made a decision like that if it was doing well. But
Oh my gosh, bro. I just got knocked out, bro. That was crazy. That was like a Superman punch or something. That's some WWE stuff. But yeah,
But I don't
Best
think,
Buy hopefully is making the correct decision.
yeah. And the world's going digital, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Or believe it.
wow, you can headbutt?
Mouse button, middle mouse button.
Oh, I'm using controller.
Oops.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll just click the middle mouse button when I need to headbutt. Just drop my controller and use the middle mouse button. Oh, I see it. I see it. Headbutt is B for me, it looks like. Anyways, so the next thing that I have written down is the
Yeah, little black.
Steamboat Willie situation. I don't know if you guys know about that. Steamboat Willie was a cartoon character that looked like Mickey Mouse. And he was basically the first Mickey Mouse ever. And both him and his song that he sings, the both got public domained. They are now free to be able to be used in art that is not sanctioned by Disney, which is very, very cool. I mean, I guess, yeah, you already know we're about to sample it and make a song about it. So
Exactly.
I've already,
Song.
I'm definitely going to sample that, man. I'm definitely sampling that at some point. I think it'd be really funny to sample it. I actually have a stream scheduled for it. I don't know if it'll be, I think it might actually be out by the time that this happens. This video goes live. I think it would have been yesterday when this video comes out. So keep an eye out for that if you missed it. Or thanks for watching. But yeah, I think it'll be really fun to sample when I'm going to do it. And I love seeing stuff come into public domain that hasn't been before. Just because, you know, it's fun to see what people do. Oh my gosh, I just killed you. Like, I didn't even knock you off, I just killed you.
Beat me to death, bro.
That was
No, I'm
interesting.
really excited. Like not only movies too. I didn't even think about like YouTube, like shorts.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, really a whole film could be made. That's the crazy thing that people don't realize about public domain. Is a whole film could be made on Steamboat Willie now by some like any studio could literally make a film on it, which is just crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Things going like that going into public domain. Like I love that stuff. I eat it up.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it. I'm excited to see what people do with it. I'm excited to see what I do with it.
I got an angry.
Why am I red?
You ate something, bro.
Must have been something I ate, bro. But yeah, Steamboat Willie is gonna be a fire thing to see in the future. I'm glad to see what people do with it. I'm excited to see what people do with it. I also have a topic that we probably want to just get out of the way because it's kind of a little throwaway funny topic. Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy Kimmel are beefing. I name like a beef that would be like weirder than Jimmy Kimmel and Aaron Rodgers. That's like so random. A football player and a late night show host. Like what?
And the beef's on Twitter, right?
It's Twitter, but it's also through like podcast and stuff like that, which was interesting. So basically what happened was, though they were talking about a dark subject, I think it's become something more lighthearted, hopefully at least. It seemed as if, to me, it was a lighthearted thing. Aaron Rodgers was discussing something to do with Epstein's Island, and Jimmy Kimmel kind of makes fun of him for it, for whatever reason. And so basically Aaron Rodgers was like, oh, because you're on the list. And he's like, I'm going to pop champagne when I see the list. And it was just, I don't know. I thought it was really funny because obviously the nature of what they're talking about is messed up, but I think that it's funny that they're beefing. I think it's just random, extremely random. If you would have told me
It's
that,
also like crazy good comeback. Like, oh, bro, like if you must like, there's no reason to make fun of him, so you must be on the list. Like that's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy for sure, for sure. I hope that is only lighthearted and it's not serious because when I saw it, it seemed lighthearted. Plus, it was Aaron Rodgers talking on the Pat McAfee show, and if you know Pat McAfee at all, he was a kicker for the NFL, a big kicker, and now he works for ESPN. So I don't think ESPN would allow that to be posted if it wasn't light humor. But yeah, it's pretty interesting for sure, and I think it's funny.
On a darker note, actually, but so we'll just skim over it real quick. But the Epstein list of clients is being released at the moment. Some of it has already released. Certain people have been talked about. They already figured out the nickname for certain people, like Bill Clinton, who was named 52 times, and the FBI in the documents that came out, it got discovered that the FBI actually made a deal with Epstein in 2008 in order for him to not get the charges that everyone knows that he's dealing with. For him to they dropped his charges for them to give him info on other information that they needed for other cases, which is just insane that they let him get away knowing what had been going on. It's one thing to make an agreement like that for a less serious crime, like just stealing, for example. But that's just insane to me that even came out.
I think it just goes to show that a lot of powerful people are going to come out on this list, and it's going to be a big deal whenever it does happen.
Oh yeah, I hope it's a big deal. I feel like there's also a chance, considering that a lot of these powerful people are the ones on the list. I think there's a chance that they could be swept under the rug. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I sure hope not. I sure hope that everybody who was involved in that gets what they deserve. A big thing that I have is I don't mess with anything to do with kids. Kids are like for sure like no spot. You don't mess with kids. You just don't mess with kids. It's messed up beyond belief. And so I hope that on this serious note that people do get what they deserve.
Of course, and the victims get the justice they deserve.
Yeah. Speaking of a more serious note, I would also like to absolutely say prayers for the people of Japan that have been experiencing this earthquake and the I'm pretty sure there is also a hurricane that is in suit. This is just the start of the many things that are going to happen. How did you win that? I threw you in the ice first, but okay. Yeah, prayers to those people, absolutely. And I hope that everybody comes out of this as unscathed as possible. And the people that have already been, have lost so much, I hope that they can just find the support they need from their government and the people around them. But yeah, let's try our best to go to the last and final serious topic that I would like to talk about today, and that is the Harvard's Claudine Gay is she is the president of Harvard, like the basically, or the principal president, basically a synonym at this point. She was exposed for a large amount of plagiarism after she made an announcement about the Israel conflict. And so a lot of people are saying that she was silenced and things like that. But I want to quickly just, without sharing my opinion on anything, just quickly say that if you plagiarize anything and you are known as a plagiarizer and you have done something wrong, you should be punished for it indiscriminately. And it should not have to do with what your last name is, because a lot of people are pointing to her and the current president who was accused of the exact same thing just 30 years ago. And so, yeah, I just, without getting too in depth and without trying to make this too political or anything like that, I don't want to make it too political. It's just us joking around. I hope that everyone gets punished fairly and accurately. And I hope that our system, I hope that she made enough money in the time that she was there to, support for her family and things like that.
And if like, it's just about justice, no matter like who it is. Like it's indiscriminate. Everyone deserves to be like, if you do something wrong, you're gonna pay the price for that, right? So like, I feel like that should be taken care of. Like you said, no matter how you were in, like, no matter like, anything about yourself. You get what I'm trying to say.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Everyone who plagiarizes deserves to get what's coming to them. If that means losing your degree, I understand. If that, whatever, etc., etc. If you do something wrong, you deserve to be punished for it. Is my opinion on it. I don't know the severity of everything, but yeah, that's the main thing. I just wanted to talk about it because I know it is a big thing that's going around right now. What? I just won. But anyways, on a lighter, much lighter note, I want to talk about the Minecraft movie. Yeah, dude, Minecraft Steve was casted as Jack Black. When I think of Jack Black in Minecraft, especially even Jack Black recently at all, I think of PewDiePie. That's so funny to think of. But
Really?
when the PewDiePie Minecraft era was going on, Jack Black played Minecraft with PewDiePie, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And so, honestly, when I saw that Minecraft Steve was played by Jack Black, I was like, who else would have played him, bruh? Like,
Literally a perfect casting. Especially, he's been on a roll recently, too, and I feel like the new generation deserves to see, like, how talented he is.
absolutely. Especially with, like, Bowser, bro. That was a performance of a lifetime, bro.
Crazy.
That was so good on him, bro. Like voice acting, I have never been a voice actor, but I have seen what goes on in the privacy of it. Dude, Jack Black went above and beyond in everything, every single way. The Peaches song was entirely written by him, and it wasn't even the first draft. It was like he had written multiple Peaches songs. And that one specifically was the one that stuck. And it was just like, it's hilarious. And I know Peaches is kind of funny because it's like mostly him just saying Peaches, but like it was iconic. It had a catchy tune. Everything was just set up perfectly for it. And I really do like seeing, though it does take some jobs away from voice actors, traditional voice actors, I do like really seeing voice actors be in, or real actor, not real actors, but live action actors being in voice actor positions. I think it's very interesting. As long as it's not Chris Pratt. That guy is everything. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, on the same note as voice actors, Chris Pratt was announced to be Garfield. And we didn't talk about this last week, even though it was more poppin' last week. But how do you feel about the Minecraft Steve and Chris Pratt being Garfield?
I think Minecraft Steve is a huge W. Garfield, not so much.
You don't think Chris Pratt?
Listen, I think Chris Pratt did surprisingly well with Mario.
No accent, but yes.
And yeah, no accent was killer, but like the movie's really good, and I didn't end up minding it. they still paid like homage to it, you know, um, so which I thought was really cool. And so, like if you remember at the beginning, they had the ad. If you've seen the Mario movie, spoiler warning, but they have an ad for their plumbing business, and they do their like Italian accents. But
No, you have the pass. You can do the Italian accent.
I have the pass.
Oh yeah, you have the pass from an Italian right now. This is your only chance.
It's me, I'm Mario. I'll never say it again. Ever.
That's how I normally talk, though. That's what I talk. That's how I talk off stream, guys. If you didn't know.
Yeah, bro, you have to talk in an accent on stream.
I have to talk in my English accent on stream. Yeah.
But anyways, I don't think you'll do as well with this because for one, I watched the trailer, and it was just not satisfying in the slightest. Like, I also expect more. Like, Garfield's like lazy, and like, I feel like his voice actor for the 3D TV show that they had was really good, and kind of like maybe it's just like a nostalgia thing, but I feel like that was like that perfectly displayed type of voice I expected to hear out of Garfield. And Chris Pratt's I don't think he's gonna cut it for me, and I don't think he will for a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's not Garfield, bro. I don't know how else to say it.
I see it. I see it. I see where you're coming from for sure. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. It's hard when we know somebody, and love somebody as a role. It's definitely hard to see somebody else playing them. So I get where you're coming from. I personally do like Chris Pratt though. I think he's very funny in the things that I've seen him in. I know Hollywood apparently hates Chris Pratt though. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I have heard about that.
Yeah, Hollywood hates Chris Pratt as a whole.
I don't know that all of them are like good to share on the podcast because they're a little controversial, but yeah.
They are definitely controversial. So, oh no.
Even though that's our podcast, but maybe too much.
Yeah, maybe.
They were big enough. It won't matter.
Yeah, when we're big enough to get canceled, that's when we'll start talking about those topics.
That's when we'll start saying cancelable things.
Yeah, I don't want people to pick up stuff from like a long time ago. If I get canceled, I want it to be something recent.
That's valid.
I'm just kidding. I would like to not get canceled at all, actually.
I think it'd be kind of like an honor.
An honor to be canceled?
Well, yeah. Well, cause okay, depending on what you did, right? I would say definitely depending on what you did, but like if you did something like, well, okay, actually, let me restart. Because does cancel culture really exist anymore? Like,
does cancel culture exist? That's a big one. That's a big topic right here. We're picking up a big topic.
And like, yeah, going off the rails a little bit, but like, I don't know that cancel culture exists in the same way that it did.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, cancel culture is kind of dead. With that being said, I think that some people can still get canceled to a certain degree, but definitely, I think if you commit a crime, cancel culture is very indiscriminate with that. You will get canceled if you commit a crime, and I think that's really just the law.
Yeah, that's also cool.
I've noticed that specifically, if you do anything towards children, and I totally agree with this belief, but if you do anything towards children, it's a big deal. Speaking of children, though, there's also a Shane Dawson thing that recently came out. It hasn't been super recent, but he had two surrogate babies. If you don't know what a surrogate means basically, it's when so obviously Shane Dawson is gay himself, and his husband, I believe, it's his husband.
I didn't even know he was gay.
So he's gay, and he needed a surrogate. A surrogate is when you pay someone else that is a woman to basically hold your baby and have your baby for you because you can't for whatever reason. In this case, it was because he's normally in a heterosexual relationship, or not normally, but the most common would be in a heterosexual relationship where either the husband or the wife is sterile.
And well, sometimes they'll even in a heterosexual relationship, if depending on what the problem is, they'll also take the egg of the
In vitro?
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah, in vitro, or they've even done that. Like they take the egg and insert it in a different woman.
Yeah, that's a surrogate. That would be a surrogate. Um,
Yes, yes, but like
hmm.
a different egg. Usually, in Shane Dawson's case, it would be the egg of the woman, most likely, right?
Yeah,
Because
so it'd be
no,
the egg of the woman and both of them's their fluid, their juice. Um,
exactly.
oh no.
Oh, that's why they had twins. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay.
Hmm. So they have twins because
So
it
one
was
of them
one of them from it was
is
both of them.
biological and one of them is gotcha. Okay.
One of them is
Kind
one
of
of them is
crazy.
Shane's, one of them is not Shane's.
That's kind of crazy to think about.
Or it would be still Shane's,
That
but
is
like in a different way. It's more of an adoption type of way with yeah, I don't know how to
right.
explain it.
Not
I
biological.
hope that doesn't cause problems, honestly. I would hope that doesn't cause problems because imagine like they split up and then
Yeah,
like
think
you
about. That's
lose
what I
a
was gonna
parent
say, dude.
entirely.
Like it's like you split up, and well, only one of these person is your biological parent. So you're staying with your biological parent, and you're not. And you're staying with your biological parent. Like imagine that, dude.
Well, I hope that they would handle it more like that. And I also don't hope
I don't know.
ill
I
will
don't
on
think.
them either. But anyways, people have said that Shane Dawson doesn't deserve to have children.
He's pretty like messed up from what I remember. You know, the cat.
Yeah, from the cat stuff and from him also justifying pedophilia.
Yeah, he's not a good person in the slightest.
Yeah, he's definitely not the greatest person in the world, and he also did a lot of very racist things as well. There's just a lot of bad things that guy did, and so a lot of people are saying that he doesn't deserve to have a child, doesn't deserve happiness, etc. That's a big deal, and I mean, speaking of cancel culture, that is something that he got canceled on.
Yeah. So you
Um,
don't hear about it. But that was when it was still relevant.
hmm.
Cancel culture. I would say in nowadays terms, maybe with what he did, but with how big what he did was. Oh, there.
Somehow I clutched. Okay.
Dang. But yeah, you guys get the idea.
Yeah, it's definitely a big
Maybe
thing.
next one.
Um, this podcast honestly is very much so spiraled out of control into random topics. This was a serious
But it's a good
podcast,
one.
actually.
It's a good
This has
one.
been a serious podcast, actually, low key. I honestly like dipping into these more serious topics. I I am very careful about all of my opinions being online because I don't like to. I really hate pandering, and I really also hate um, uh, saying something that can be taken out of context.
What, no, I 100% agree. I think it's good to take like an unbiased middle ground approach. Just give the info, then maybe give your opinion, but start out with just unbiased, like give them the facts and the base, and like the basis of what's going on.
There's
I
also a
also
lot
wanted
of
to say,
journalism that goes into it as well. With me being someone who covers a lot of important topics on the internet.
so you know, it's a lot. You gotta purposefully not spread bias. You gotta like know how you're gonna say stuff. But
Absolutely.
what I wanted to say was, you know, also if this is cool with Brody, let us know in the comments. You know, if you guys want to hear more serious content like this. If this is
Absolutely.
the type of stuff you'd like to hear on the podcast better. I feel like this was a very good episode. We talked about some, you know, some really serious topics, and it felt very casual. So
It really did. It really did. And I don't think we would have offended anybody. If we did offend anybody, I do apologize. And you are welcome to fact check us in the comments. And I will totally be down to correct myself if I need to.
this episode, you know,
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah, it's been a literal awesome podcast. Thank you guys for all tuning in. This will be the January, I don't know, like 7th podcast. And yeah, I will see you beat ups and sisms later.